Coach Sloan, Cougar Track and Field, making a short trip this weekend, just going across the border to the University of Idaho for the Vandal Indoor, 37th annual Vandal Indoor.
Wow.
Have you seen all 37 of those?
Yeah, all 37. Remember when Mike Keller started putting on the track meet? It was the only track meet in the Northwest, maybe one of the few on the West Coast, but certainly in the Northwest, because the meet in Seattle kind of died away. And so
For the indoor.
yeah, for indoor, and that's everybody came from all over for that meet.
What are you expecting from your kids at this meet this Friday evening?
You know, I think that for the most part, it's a meet that we are. I wouldn't use the term training through, but it's not the top of our schedule. I think a meet that's important on our schedule is the following weekend over in Seattle with the competition levels that we're going to see there, and certainly down in New Mexico will be a very competitive competition. So this weekend, I think we need to keep moving forward, and we have a good number of people competing in the meet, and Wayne Phipps does a great job of putting that meet on, and Angela White does a great job as well, and so we're looking forward to it. Anytime we get to put on the uniform and compete, it's something to be excited about, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure our athletes are as well.
Let's talk a little bit about uniforms. You have brand new uniforms this year.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed, but we have more than the same one yet this year.
Wow, tell us what the variety is.
We have 6 combinations of uniforms. We have 2 different colored lower garments, whether they're wearing the brief, the women wear brief, or what they call the boys shorts, which is a real short leg spandex, or full length spandex, or even full length tights. And so we have 2. We have a gray, our new color gray, and we have the new crimson. And then for the top, we have 3 different tops, colored tops. We have a gray top that has a white logo on the front, and it has crimson and white trim on the side. The white top has a crimson logo on the front, full chest, and it has gray and white on the side accents. And then we have a, what haven't I mentioned? Crimson top,
yeah.
And the crimson top has a white logo on the front with gray and white accents on the side, and then on the back we have WSU. And so I think that the uniforms, we are very, very happy with them. We kind of waited to get to the point where we were able to get our uniforms, but it was worth the wait because we've got some outstanding looking uniforms, and I love the fact that we're mixing up and having different combinations. So we'll be in a new one this weekend.
Tell us about the size of the WSU on the front.
It's about as big as we could get it on there, and still not weight the uniform down too much. But most schools have got the letters on the front, and I felt that our logo was so recognizable around the country that by going with that, and I'm very pleased with the way it came out. When you see us in competition, boy, it just jumps right off the front of the jersey. So, and then the WSU on the back as well. So,
were the kids excited to get these new uniforms?
yeah, they were. We've got new sweatsuits, and it says the little WSU up here, but on the back, big logo on the back of it. So I'm real happy with what Nike was able to do for us in our new colors and the type of design that we have. So we stand out.
Let's talk briefly about the Cougar Indoor, the scoring meet.
Yeah.
Washington State had good showings on both the men's and the women's side, defeating both Idaho and Montana. Are there any particular performances that you would like to single out?
Well, I think that Stephen Scott Ellis, we come to expect great things from him. He had a great season last year and has really come along nicely. And the triple jump, it was off of a little bit shorter run than his normal competitive run, which means less speed, but he still jumped 51.5 or something like that, which is tied for 10th in the nation right now. I think his long jump is a little bit further ahead right now, and I think that probably down in New Mexico he'll jump in both, and I think we'll probably see some good marks from him down there. But he's doing very well. I think the team is progressing nicely. I thought Todd Wakefield's mile was impressive to me. He all by himself out there, and I thought that was a good job. And I saw him yesterday in the morning and said I thought that was his best race as a Cougar, and he kind of thought about it. And I just saw him about 15 minutes ago, and he says, I disagree. He thought that the regional cross-country meet was his best race. And I says, well, yeah. When you came here, 10,000 meters was out of network. So that's great that he's gotten to that point, but I think we can expect a great year from Todd in the mile and wherever else he runs. I think he's got the range now to go wherever he wants.
He certainly has the mentality.
Yeah, he's not afraid to go out there and grind on it a little bit. I think on the women's side, I don't know that there's any one performance that really jumps out at me. I'll say I thought it was impressive. Shauna Furman's anchor leg on the 4x4 was 54.4. 3 watches all with 54.4. So again, tight turns on an unbanked 200-meter track. I think that's a pretty strong performance for her.